Hi there. Well, today is a nice day. It's Saturday morning. Got up pretty early, washed my hair, did all this stuff, and then decided I was going to wash the windows. And I did, and I got soaking. And it's only 87 degrees right now, and I'm already finished and put up that stuff and vacuumed with my little robot vacuum. Thank you to my son and daughter-in-law. And which I have to tell you, if it wasn't for my kids, I wouldn't have hardly anything. My son-in-law and my daughter gave me the Ring, it's the Nest camera doorbell. Love that. I love it. And stools and the bar stools and chairs and carpets and, you know, drapes and I mean, curtains, and I mean, it's just more than you can imagine. I'm very thankful for everything. But I was going to show you right quick, that's that pretty little window, because I'm proud of my cleaning. I did dawn. Can you see how pretty and clean? Okay. I haven't put everything up outside yet, but I'm very happy with it. I did put rain-x on it on the outside because I wanted to, hopefully it would keep it from having so many splatters. We had a windstorm with some high rain the other day, and the dust just splattered everywhere. So I got that off, and I've got to do these others now, and whenever everywhere too. The gentleman next door has a business and he does multiple things, but washing windows and stuff is one of them. And I started once to ask him, but I don't like to impose, and I sure wouldn't want him to cut me a deal for something because, you know, that's his livelihood and people shouldn't do that. Okay, so I'm making my version of Thai tea. There was a place in Richardson called Thumb's Thai, and Thai food, and it had Thai tea. And after I had it, then I went down to my daughter's house, and she had some Thai tea. Now, if you don't want to do this, you can buy this, and it's really good. I really like it. Can you see it? Well, I have only found it at World Market. I'm sure they might have it at Whole Foods, but I didn't find it at Whole Foods. It's called Authentic Thai Iced Tea 1 Brew. And of course you could have it hot if you didn't want it, and that is really good. But what I am doing is making my own version. So I wanted some tea the other day and ran up to the store and bought brand new tea bags, okay? Not these, new ones, because I didn't look in there first. And I have these, so I'm going to use these first. Always check your pantry before you go do something, you know. I opened the door. I thought I looked at it, but I didn't see it. Okay. All right. So what I put inside of my tea was about 6 or 8 of those tea bags. I put in some clove, about 4 or 5 clove. They still smell fresh. They're pretty old. I know they're several years old, but and they say spices don't last, but I can smell this. I'm going to use it. Some star anise. I put in 3 of the star anise. Now, if you have not familiar with star anise, they're really pretty little things, and they look like a star. Actually, they kind of remind me of the Chinese throwing stars that the ninjas would use or something. Can you see that? They smell so good. They're between the licorice and clove and vanilla and honey. I mean, I just love it. I love them. Anyway, I put 3 in there, thereabouts. You can add more, less. And peppercorns. I just put like 5 or so in there. They're just plain peppercorns. Now, if y'all are not buying in bulk, let me tell you, you should. It is so much easier to buy in bulk. You get what you need, not anymore. You decide, you put in these bags. They have bigger bags. Sometimes they put little plastic containers there. 50 cents for this bag of peppercorns. and I got cinnamon sticks. Well, it's 50 cents. I had some more in here. I had 3 more for 50 cents. And I know I bought a bag before a bottle, and more than that. Okay, so vanilla Adam's extract. It's a Texas brand, and if you don't use Adam's spices, to me, Adam's and McCormick's is it. Now, Watkins came along later, but Adam's is a Texas tradition, just like Best Made Pickles products, Texas, and then these Adams. But for some reason, Walmart doesn't want to give them their space. I mean, they might down here, but when I was up there in Garland, that Walmart was sticking their Adams display going to the storage room. I'm like, well, why would that be? Because they have a lot of their own brands, which might even be Adams, but I don't think so. But anyway, I got Adam's vanilla extract. My daughter and her husband had made some vanilla. It was really good. I've used it all up. I made vanilla, but I can't get the cap off of the bottle. I don't know. It's really stuck good. I've got the bottle in there, but I can't get it open. So, I think it's just, or what I did was just put vodka and vanilla beans. Well, let me tell you what, those vanilla beans are not cheap now. So this was only like $3 or $4, something like that. So I put that in. I put about 2 capfuls in there. Okay, so this is my version of Thai tea. You don't have to use this. You can if you want to. But I've already put it in here. Oh my goodness. If you don't smell it, you probably didn't do it right. It's got a great aroma. Normally I don't put a lid on my tea, but I did on this. And I will, at times, save all these little spices and let them dry out, especially if it's during the winter time for some reason. I don't know why. Like I'm trying to make it last. The stores on every corner, I don't know why. Okay, so this is for all people that already know what to do, but I'm going to tell you anyway. You should be afraid of glass. Broken glass, sharp knives, railroad tracks. Always be afraid of a railroad track. Be cautious, be respectful of that railroad track. That's very dangerous. You need to always do that. We had a railroad track right by our house one time. It did not have arms, lights, bells, whistles, or nothing. And that train would come by at night. And I was so afraid that the kids were going to be out that I did tell them, be careful. Okay, so I've got my pitcher here, and because it's glass, I washed it out. So I hadn't used it since we moved. But when I've washed it out with hot water, and I've let the water set, hot water set in this, so it's tempered. It's not like ice cold. It's not going to be for taking the change of the heat just really quick. For all of those of you out there that probably think you know how to do that, I'm telling you, temper your glass. Always. Okay, and this is going to be a little bit heavy. The older I get, I realize I shouldn't do that. And what I'm going to do is kind of get out these little things first. Woohoo, that's hot. Hot your mama. And you could you can use decaf if you wanted to. You could put any spice that you like in there. And if you don't like it spiced, don't do this. And it's supposed to have a sweetened milk in it, like a sweetened condensed milk, like Borden's sweetened condensed milk. That's what it was when I was growing up, Borden's first, but now they have Nestle's and everything else. I don't know about that. Okay. First of all, I want mine sugared. You don't want sugar, don't put it in there. That's the way it goes. Don't do it. But I am putting sugar in mine. before anybody says anything, I'm drinking it, not you. All right, so there's still some peppercorns and stuff floating around in here. So I'm going to use the strainer if I can. And you put the sugar in first because this is hot and it's going to fuse with that sugar and melt it, make it a lot better. Now this is looking pretty strong. So we're going to kind of stop here. Oh well, I guess I'll go ahead. I was going to add some water to it. Get some more water out of my ProPur, just in time to have that ProPur. I was telling y'all the other day that we were lucky with our water, but we got a notice from the water department said that they were in violation with the health code because of the fact that it had too much thiamine in it, and for you to check with your doctor if it would be harmful to you. But they said they were working on it. I'm like, well, gee, that was nice that they're working on it. Okay, I probably could put a little bit more water in there, but I'm not going to do that right this minute. I'm going to give it a minute to see. Oh, I'm going to use this little thing. If you don't have one of these, this is the neatest thing. At first I thought it was a spatula to ice cakes with, you know, which probably would work really good. But it's to get, like what it was basically designed for, is get mayonnaise and different stuff, mustard, out of jars. Isn't that cool? Anyway, I'm going to use it to stir my sugar with because it was hot. It's already dissolved. Isn't that cool? Well, we used to make tea always, every day. Winter, summer, we had iced tea for supper. And we had was a saucepan that my mother always called, you know, the stew pot. That's what they were called, stew pots, I guess, because you put stuff in there and let them soak and stew, and I don't know. But we used this one pan. It was aluminum, and you know, it was about that big around, about that tall. And you just fill it up about 3/4 of the way with water. Sprinkle your loose tea in there and put it on and let it boil. And when it came to boil, you turned it off. Now, we didn't ever steep it. We didn't use a lid. We didn't do any of that stuff. We just let it cool. And then the tea grounds would settle down and then drain it. And it came out really good every time. And she always put her sugar in the bottom and then the tea, and then she filled it up with water because it was just too much. I'm afraid this is going to be a little bit strong for me. I could dilute it down and probably have 2 pitchers full here. But let me see if I can find me a glass to put my tea in so I can taste it. Well, let's see, boys and girls, I have glasses. See? Can you see? I have glasses. And I have some more glasses I've got to be able to unpack. So I've got plenty of glasses. However, those are crystal. And this is a crystal glass that my mother had found at a flea market, I think probably Canton. And it's really pretty neat. I was wondering if it was really, because sometimes, you know, things are attached like with glue, but no, it's all one piece. I don't know how old it is, but I really didn't take care of it, so I'm going to start taking care of it now. Okay, I guess I'll just use this plastic cup and put me some ice in here. Now I'm going to taste it first, because if you taste it first, we always tasted it, see if we liked it, and then that way we can add stuff to it. That's good. Okay. I may have got a little bit more sugar than I needed. Or maybe a lot. Because I have really cut down on having sugar. But, oh, that is so good. That is so good. That's good. It's got all the stuff. Probably should have used the decaf because I'm going to want to drink that. So next time I'll make it with decaf. Let me get some ice cubes. Y'all hang on. Okay, now, if you were wanting to, you could put your lactose-free milk. I would put, if I had it, half and half or cream. I don't have it. And don't forget what I did. This is a really hot picture. But don't forget, I tempered this. I tempered it with hot water so that it's not so bad. And what I might do in a minute is add me some. So when I was growing up, we had whole milk. I don't even know when they came out with skim milk or 2% or 1%. But our milk, if it said in bottles, we had bottles, mostly it was at bottles. Cream was at the top of the milk. I mean, the butterfat was in there. It was really cool. Isn't that pretty? Watching that. That's what you need. Just takes a little bit, but doesn't that make it pretty? Okay, let's see now. It's going to be a little bit different tasting than that. Changed it a little bit, but it's still good. Probably needed a little bit more ice after that's trying to get on down. I can add some more water to that now. With my ProPur. Makes me feel a lot better, I can tell you, having a ProPur, because carrying bottles around with you is not a fun thing to do. Now, yeah, a plastic bottle is a little bit more convenient when you're out traveling or something, going from place to place. I agree. But I'm going to add just a little bit of water for 2 reasons. Try and let that calm down a little bit as far as heat, because it is hot. Oops. Okay, y'all. Let's see. If y'all don't think about anything else, teach your kids about train tracks and trains, and be careful and don't stop close to the train track. Don't each up and go around it. We were sitting there at the light yesterday, my husband and I, and the arms came down, the lights going on, and of course, you know, the red lights will stop for a longer period of time. That train was on the track before it blew its whistle. No joke. And even he doesn't talk very much to me, but he said, well, they should have blown that whistle before they got on the track, not when they were at the crossing. And that's right. So you have to be careful with that stuff. So teach your kids to be afraid of some things, and if they're afraid of some things, maybe they'll have more respect for it and they'll never get hurt by them. Whenever I was a younger person, I worked at a luncheonette counter, SS Christie, the predecessor for the the parent company for Kmart, which Kmart then bought Sears. Or Sears bought Kmart, at any rate. And that's a shame because Sears was an American thing, wasn't it? Went down the tube. Somebody wasn't paying attention on hiring people in the know. Anyway, I worked there and we had a meat slicer. And we had to slice our own meats for different things. And lettuce and everything. You used the slicer. We sold ham by the pound. And if you want to be afraid of something, you be afraid of that meat slicer, like in these delicatessens behind all in the grocery stores when they're slicing meat, cheese. I'm afraid of them. Be afraid of them. Be cautious. Use that guard. Be careful when you go to clean it. Now we had a meat set up that it was all chrome, stainless steel, and the meat slicer was at one end, and it came down the sink, came down to the sink, and over here was the dishwasher. Well, it was a round dishwasher, and the lid just came up. It had one tray. You just set the tray in there, and you put the dishwasher and stuff in there. You closed it, and man, that thing got hot, and it went crazy, and it went around, and it was like maybe 2 minutes. I mean, it was fast, really fast. I think it was a Hobart, I'm not sure. And then we had one of those in one of the daycares I worked at one time, childcare. And you come out and you set that off and let it drain, and then you could put another one in there. Worked so good, absolutely good. But it had a great big spout hanging down from the ceiling with the water, and it was hot water. And we had drains in the floor, and so when you got ready, you just sprayed it all down with hot water, wiped it all up, and it was clean. I mean, I took it apart, took the slicer apart, but it was really easy to clean that way. So I thought one time if I ever had a house, I was going to build a drain in the floor in the bathrooms, because one child care that I had, I worked at, had drains in the floors at a La Petite, and that's what we did. We just hosed it down every day, right after nap, whenever they went down for a nap. Man, I tell you what, those little boogers, they miss that toilet sometimes. And so you just hosed it down and cleaned it, mopped it, and it would be dry by the time they got up. But it just would go right down that drain. That was a super neat thing. I thought about having drains. They should do that. I guess they think that people know where to hit the hole. Okay, well, I hope y'all enjoy your tea. I'm going to sit down and watch Channel 18 and see what there is going on in this world. And hope everybody subscribes, likes, and shares. And know that you're blessed. Have a good day. Bye.